the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, and welcome to a Monday, the 6th day of January for 2025, as we kind of get back into the groove here. A lot of businesses that have been closed down for a couple of weeks returning to work today. A lot of the schools reopening today, so everybody's getting back to the grind here following the holidays. A lot to talk about here today. We'll recap the Bowl Bonanza. Tyson ekes out a one victory margin victory in the Bowl Bonanza for this year, thanks to Buffalo. The Blazing Five, we had a pretty good weekend. We'll talk about that coming up. The Nebraska women's basketball team picking up a win yesterday over Penn State. What about the Husker men's basketball team? They upset 15th-ranked UCLA. Kind of a gritty performance on Saturday in Lincoln. We'll tell you about that coming up. Hastings College basketball teams were in action over the weekend against Briar Cliff. Nebraska Kearney in action over the weekend as well against Northwest Missouri State. We'll talk about those games coming up. And a lot on the NFL as the NFL got to the final week of the regular season. The playoffs are now set. We'll tell you who's in, who's out, and get the schedule for this weekend. It's going to be a Black Monday for a lot of NFL head coaches. In fact, one coach has already been fired this morning following a lackluster season. We'll talk about that coming up as we welcome in Tyson from the Western Studios. Good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning, a happy new year to you as we have survived the holiday craze the last 2 weeks. From the news perspective, sort of had like the perfect storm, quite literally, because when you have the holidays and then you have snow on top of that and everyone stays in, over the weekend, there's not a whole lot in the headlines, but we will sift through what we have here on the news front, dive out to Washington, check in on what's going on as they prepare for a new administration, and we'll take a look at some snow stories here for the Tri-Cities, as well as we had our first, I guess, real winter storm, and not joking, just in terms of the slickness. I think that was kind of the big thing that I noticed that was really the most hazardous was Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening, that the slick conditions. And, I was out and about just trying to wrap up some errands to settle in for the weekend, and ended up kind of sliding all over the place, but got the car home safely, put it in the garage. I said, well, you're in for the weekend, so we stayed home.
Well, we dodged the big part as far as the snow was concerned over the weekend. Most of the snow, the heavy stuff, ended up in Kansas, which is all right with me. Did you see the stuff in Kansas? They had like 14, 15, 16 inches of snow in a lot of their locations. I saw 18 inches on the map this morning when I looked down in Kansas. So it's a good thing I'm not going to Wichita today like I did last week, because I wouldn't have gotten there. Anyway, if you're planning on going to Kansas for any reason today, you're not going. A lot of the roads are shut down in the state of Kansas. So change your plans. As far as our roads are concerned, I think they're all right. They're going to be all right to travel on. Just to be careful, there's going to be some slick spots out there. So the normal things that you hear that we have to remind people about to begin the winter driving season: slow your asses down.
Oh, we have to remind them during sunny and 75 to slow your asses down, let alone when it's ice on the ground. So,
yeah, don't be traveling Highway 281 today at 90 miles per hour. There's going to be some slick spots out there, and we want everybody to arrive safely on this Monday. So the Christmas decorations, they're all put away. The Christmas lights are put away, and now I guess we get ready to start 2025, huh?
Might as well, right? First holiday to look forward to coming up, St. Patrick's Day holiday coming up on Monday, March 17th. I skip right over Valentine's Day intentionally. There's nothing great about Valentine's Day. So I guess full bore here. We got playoff football to kind of get us through, both on the college front and the pro front. As we mentioned, Notre Dame, Penn State going to be matching up on Thursday. Not sure why we're doing a semifinal matchup in the middle of the week, but whatever. Notre Dame, Penn State Thursday, and then Friday is Ohio State, Tennessee. As you mentioned, the Sunday playoff drama. They pushed and flexed all the games to account for, I guess, that Sunday 3:00 window to sort of be the playoff puzzle for the AFC and how that was all gonna make up and shake up. Ended up being not a whole lot of drama in that Kansas City Denver matchup. Oof.
No, the Broncos got onto a 14-0 lead over Kansas City, and virtually it was over. All the drama was over at that point because really Kansas City had to beat Denver to open up a lot of other things in the AFC. That didn't happen, so Miami is out, Cincinnati is out. Denver is in. Kansas City in as the number 1 seed. What about the game played last night as the Detroit Lions beat Minnesota 31-9 to win the number 1 seed in the NFC. That's their second straight NFC North title. First time they're going to be the number 1 seed. So it'll be Detroit and Kansas City as your number 1 seeds. They'll have the bye this weekend. Everybody else will play for the playoffs in the NFL.
Yeah, and I was just pulling up the official playoff matchups here on the bracket, and set up to be a good one. I mean, here's the team that I think is going to be sneaky. LA, the Chargers, flying under the radar this year. Really, when you take a look at the whole AFC playoff picture, because everyone's been talking about Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Yeah, I didn't even know the Chargers got a berth until I got the schedule this morning.
Yeah, and they're the teams, I mean, from the Kansas City perspective on that top side of the bracket, the team that's gone flying under the radar and nobody's talking about, they're the team that scares me in that AFC playoff picture if I'm Kansas City. Divisional opponent, knows kind of your surroundings over at Arrowhead, knows how to potentially get the win. So if San Diego or LA, whatever the hell their name is, if they beat Houston, they scare me in that Kansas City matchup. Then you got Baltimore and Pittsburgh, the traditional NFC North duel. It's setting up good for a potential another trip to Whitey's. If crew chief Mike Indorf listening, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, we did this last year. We got everybody together. He's a big Steelers fan. I'm a big Bills fan. That was loads of fun with Bloody Marys and Buffalo and Pittsburgh on. And so that's setting up for another potential match. We get Denver, the team that is excited to be here. Has to go up to Buffalo, take on Josh Allen and James Cook, the rest of the Buffalo Bills gang.
Good luck.
And that offense, good luck there. Rams-Vikings, intriguing matchup. The Commanders-Buccaneers. How about Buccaneers? Fourth straight NFC North or NFC South championship. Mike Evans tying Jerry Rice's record on the very last play.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was kind of a sentimental deal there. So, yeah, Buccaneers are coming in with a lot of momentum. Commanders needed a last-second heave-ho to Terry McLaurin for the for that 6th seed, and then somehow Green Bay found a way to lose that game against Chicago. They slide into the 7th spot where they draw Philadelphia and a healthy Saquon Barkley, so good luck to Green Bay. But did you watch that Green Bay-Chicago game?
It was on.
So Chicago gets the ball. They can run clock, essentially. They try to throw, and Chicago'd, right? The Bears did what the Bears have always done, and that's like throw a game in the last possible second. Green Bay goes, they kick the field goal, they take the lead, but their defense didn't hold, and Chicago was able to drive the field and then kick a game-winning field goal. Nuts over there with the Chicago-Green Bay matchup. So Green Bay had a chance for that 6th seed. That was really the only drama other than the NFC South title yesterday. Like, before Tampa Bay secured that with that Mike Evans catch and a late defensive INT. The other drama was essentially for the 6th and 7th seed in the NFC. So really this week 18 and building up and setting up for what was supposed to be a pretty dramatic weekend in football after Denver got off to that huge lead. I mean, it was kind of over.
Yeah, Kansas City rested most of their starters. In fact, it looked like a different team to me. I'm a big Kansas City follower. I follow the Chiefs pretty religiously, and I flipped on the TV yesterday, and some of the guys that were playing, I didn't even know they were on the team. They were playing second and third teamers against the Denver. Yeah, Denver and the Denver fans, like they usually do, they're tooting their horns. Hey, we're to the playoffs. And we beat the Chiefs 38-0. Oh boy, we're great again. No, you're into the playoffs. You beat the junior varsity team for the Chiefs.
I mean, was it even the JVs?
Yeah, I don't know. This could be like the freshman team at the high school level.
You were like holding open tryouts in the Kansas City Athletic Center.
It looked like one of the Kansas City Chiefs teams that you would see like maybe in a preseason, like the third quarter of a preseason game.
Looked like a beer league baseball team going up against a AA squad. Anyways, we got some comments rolling in. We have the playoff picture is set, so if you'd like to drop your Super Bowl prediction here in the early portion, you're more than welcome to. Like Eric Williams has made his Super Bowl prediction: Ravens and Eagles. He says is his pick for the Super Bowl. That would go against. I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all.
I mean, Philly. I can see Philly. And I can make an argument for Philadelphia. I can't for Baltimore. The AFC's too loaded. And then Endorf is thumbs up, says let's do it again. Potential Whitey's rematch with the Steelers and the Bills. Bloody Marys in football, if the Steelers and Bills can get there.
Can Kansas City join the parade too?
Can they beat the Chargers?
Yeah, we can beat the Chargers.
I mean, I think the Chargers are my dark horse.
What's the Chargers seed?
6?
So if they win, they'll be the lowest. The Chiefs will get the lowest seeded team remaining after this week. So would that be, if Denver upsets?
I mean, Denver upsets Buffalo,
which is not going to happen.
If Denver upsets Buffalo, I will be miserable.
Well, yeah, you'll have to put your margarita stuff away because you're not going to. Yeah, you won't have that.
I might just go and just cheer on the Steelers at that point. Like I would be
Denver.
So terrible.
Denver is not going to go to Buffalo and beat the Bills.
I know, but you opened up the door for Denver, and now watch.
Denver always has luck on their side. Just hope that the game doesn't come down. Hope that the game doesn't come down to the last couple of minutes because Denver will get lucky and find some way to eke out a win.
Didn't they do that in their last playoff appearance?
They do it all. They do it all the time.
Well, they haven't been in the playoffs for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think the last time their run, like they had the Tebow thing that was against Pittsburgh.
Tim Tebow.
That wasn't like the wild card round. So yeah, they can find a way to. If they can find a way to sneak in the door, they scare me because they're going to be excited to be there. Buffalo obviously has a business trip mentality in mind, but you hope they're not looking ahead, right? You hope they can take care of business against Denver. Yeah. I don't want to stub my toe.
Can anybody beat Detroit?
I think Philly.
You think Philly can beat Detroit?
I think Philly's a good push. I would have said that Minnesota could have hung until yesterday. When Detroit had business on their mind, and that was evident last night.
Yeah, I wasn't a Detroit believer a couple of weeks ago.
I know.
But I wouldn't mind Detroit, I guess, getting in.
You scoffed at my Super Bowl prediction.
I know. I wouldn't mind Detroit maybe making a run. I know a couple of Lions fans.
Sure.
And they're going to be squawking. They'll probably be chiming in here when they play. I guess I'd like to see Detroit maybe make a run in the NFC. Who else would it be?
I don't see anybody else in the NFC.
I'm tired of Philadelphia.
I don't think they go away quite yet. Saquon Barkley has a lot to say about that.
I don't think Washington is going to make a run. I don't think Tampa Bay would make a run.
I think Washington's a great story. I don't think Washington has the firepower to make a run.
Minnesota.
Jaden Daniels has been incredible.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have the firepower to make a deep run.
Plus Minnesota. They lost last night, so I don't think Minnesota. Bad. Yeah, so I think the Lions might have the inside track on the NFC side. AFC,
man,
it's a crapshoot.
That's anybody's game.
You know who I'm going to be cheering for, but
obviously, but I can make a case for 4 of these teams. Here.
Yeah, Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. We kind of been tooting their horn all season long. They could make a run.
I was tooting their horn like 3 weeks in a row, and then 3 weeks in a row they couldn't even cover the damn spread. So I kind of got off my Pittsburgh fandom. It was a quick-lived thing. And I'm going to tell you right now that the LA Chargers are my dark horse in the AFC, not to like win the whole thing, but to potentially make an upset bid.
Oh, if you have some ideas, some thoughts on the NFL playoffs, leave us the playoffs. It's time for the playoffs. Leave us a comment on the Facebook Live or wherever you're watching us or listening to us this morning. Give us a call if you'd like, 402-834-1330. Always love to have you call in and chat with us. If you have some thoughts, give us a call as you get back to the groove here. Let's see, where we need to head here. Our playoffs.
Our playoffs.
The Bowl Bonanza. You went 3-0 over the weekend.
Let's go.
I went 2-1. That ends our Bowl Bonanza, and you officially are crowned the champion by a game. It came down to Buffalo and Liberty. What bowl game was that? That was the Bahamas Bowl.
The Bahamas Bowl, yeah. In Bahamas.
Yeah, and you eked out a win over.
Oh.
So you went 3-0 over the weekend. You finished 26-14 in the Bowl Bonanza that you and I had. I went 2-1. I was 25-15, but I won the Electoral College.
You did.
I got. Points? We had confidence points with each of our pairings in the bowl game, so I had 589 confidence points. You had 541, but you won the overall deal by a game over me.
So that splits the championship to like a net nothing because I don't think we were playing for anything anyway.
Then our Blazing Five, I went 4-1.
Nicely done.
In my Blazing Five, that's perhaps my best weekend of the year. I think I went 4-1 one other time. Other than that, 3-2s and losing weeks.
Yep.
So I went 4-1 over the week. The only game I missed was Kansas City. I thought the Chiefs would put up a little bit more of a fight against Denver, but
they did not.
38-0.
They did not. I go 3-2. I'm stuck in like a 3-2 neutral, which is an okay spot to be. Like that's a winning record on a consistent basis, but
you're keeping your head above water.
We're keeping our head above water, but we're just kind of floating along at 3-2. Another 3-2 week for me.
Yeah, you lost on Miami. You lost on.
Have the Jets doing what the Jets did yesterday?
No, and then you lost on Indy.
Colts Jags by 1 point.
Yeah, you won on Detroit. You won on Cincinnati, and then you had Buffalo in the Bahamas Bowl.
Stuck to my Buffalo.
So you went 3-2. I went 4-1. And the Blazing Five we got Blazing Five picks coming up this week. Yeah.
College playoff, NFL playoff edition. We're gonna have to squeeze.
Are we gonna have to do it on Thursday?
We're gonna have to do it on Thursday. That's the only way we can make 5, right? Because 4 NFL games, 2 college games.
Well,
I guess we could do like all 5.
Oh, we're gonna have plenty of playoff games for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Only the wild card game.
Yeah, the wild. You got all those games this weekend.
Hold on.
First round of playoffs Saturday. You got the Chargers against Houston, Pittsburgh against Baltimore. Sunday, Denver against Buffalo.
So six NFL games.
Green Bay against Philly and Washington at Tampa Bay. Then Monday, Minnesota playing the Rams. You'd have a college game on Friday night. Yeah, we can still do it Friday.
We could sneak in the Blazing Five, figure out a way to make the best possible 5-team parlay out of 7 games.
Yep. We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Yeah.
Jinx.
Jared Mayo,
Bum, 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 bum.
New England Patriots head coach. He's out after 1 year. They gave him the axe on Sunday. You're going to hear more today, probably. This is a Black Friday for NFL, or a Black Monday for NFL head coaches. The Patriots finished the 2024 season with a 4-13 record. His 1 year with the franchise matches Rod Rust. Remember him?
Nope.
Rod Rust. He was the head coach of the Patriots in 1990. He went 1-15.
That'd be why.
For the shortest stint in franchise history. So now this guy and Rod Rust are on top of that list, the shortest tenure as the head coach of the New England Patriots. Mayo is out after his 4-13 record, and Rod Rust, after 1 year, he was 1-15 and given his walking papers.
I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of crappy that NFL teams do this to coaches, like give them just 1 year at the helm when they inherited an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Like New England, you weren't going to make that roster win 4 games as an average head coach, and you got to like 4, I think.
Yeah, 4-13,
which is a great record considering what he had to work with.
What were they expecting?
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering.
What was Kraft thinking? What you hire this guy? He was an ex-player for New England. You bring this guy in. What were you expecting to go to the playoffs?
You gave him no weapons to work
No.
with. What do you want?
Of course, Harbaugh, he took over at the Los Angeles Chargers, and he's got his team out in the playoffs.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So I guess that's what Robert Kraft was looking for. Somebody to pull some magic.
Eric Williams is not a Mike McDaniel fan over in Miami. Said he can't stand him.
Oh, I love that guy.
I kind of love him.
I don't.
They're amazing.
I don't know as a coach if I like him. I just like his demeanor and the way he acts on the sidelines.
When he's mic'd up, he's great. He's full entertainment.
Yeah, and the way he looks. Yeah, he doesn't look like a football coach.
He looks like a nerd.
He does look like a nerd.
He looks like he's like playing Dungeons and Dragons in his mom's basement. You know.
Did you see some of the stuff that he wears?
I mean, I'm not a big attire guy or a fashionista, but
yeah, he looks like a nerd. But I kind of like him.
I do too. I love his mic'd up moments.
Why you think
I think he's good for the game.
Does Eric think he's going to get fired?
He just did. He's glad that Miami didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
he's glad that Denver snuck in and not Miami.
He could be a guy who could be on the hot seat today.
Could be, but I mean, he's also...
Miami didn't make the playoffs. Who do you think? Who pops in your mind that could be on the hot seat for NFL head coaches today?
I don't know. I still scratching my head on how Jerry Jones hasn't pulled a trigger yet over in Dallas.
I heard McCarthy's under contract through Wednesday.
Through Wednesday
of this week.
That's not very long.
Now I can see Jerry Jones pulling the trigger there at Dallas. No. Chicago's already open. There's like 3 or 4 other positions that are open right now. And now we're going to get New England. God, would Miami be added to that list?
I can't see Miami doing it.
Oakland. Or not Oakland, but Las Vegas. I think that job already open?
Which one is that?
Las Vegas.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I anticipate maybe that one opening up.
Yeah.
So that could be one. I don't know. Give us your thoughts. If you got somebody you think is on the hot seat here today, leave us a message or give us a call. Love to chat with you today.
Is connecting the Vrabel job to New England.
Really?
Saying Mike Vrabel to New England probably was just a buffer.
Yeah, the Jets, they have an opening. IT man chimed in with that. The Jets have an opening.
Hey, if the IT man's listening, can he do some numbers research on the show really quick?
Why? What do you need?
I just want my 3-game total and to make sure that I won the consolation ladder and that there's some cash coming my way.
That's why you need some cash?
I mean, I need to pay less cash.
yeah. I got to pay my entry fee. What do you mean?
I don't want to pay Dakota, who won, by the way, who could call in at some point in the show.
Yeah, Dakota should call in.
Champions check-in.
Yeah, we should. He sent us a tweet last night. Did you see that? Middle of the night.
He was probably partying all night long. I don't know if he's hit the morning bell yet.
He's probably not up yet.
Champions check-in.
You're listening to Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. There are some schools that are going to be closed today.
There you go.
Because of the snow. Blue Hill.
Sure.
Blue Hill is going to be closed today. Franklin is going to be closed. Gibbon going to have a 2-hour late start today. Guide Rock, the Senior Center, going to be closed today. We've got some people down there in Guide Rock. Heartland Lutheran and Grand Island starting at 10. Kearney Catholic starting at 10. Lexington going to be closed today. Loomis going to be closed. Red Cloud going to be closed today. Silver Lake is closed. And St. Paul starting at 10 this morning. Wilcox Hildreth is also going to be closed down today due to some snow issues. They're not taking an easy snow day early, are they? God, it's only January.
Well,
Some of those schools better save those snow dates.
you had 2 months worth of days that you didn't take.
I know,
Maybe
but
that's what they're banking on.
There's only so many that you got built into the calendar, and then you got to start making them up. I think several schools got hit with that last year, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't remember.
They had to make up snow days last year.
It's weird, but like when I don't have obviously kids in the school system or am far enough away from the school system mentality, like I pay no attention to school calendars anymore. I really don't.
But we got people listening that
Well,
may.
I know we do. I'm just saying. I personally like to ask me if schools had to make up days. I have no idea.
I think they did. Oh, so you see the IT guy says check back at 9.
Check back in the 9 a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m. to see if you won cash.
He must have he's going to update it at 9.
Well, he might have something to do today. IT guy has
Our
a
IT
full,
guy?
Yeah, he's got a full-time job.
I know.
He does have a full-time job. Anyway, we better get rolling. There's already 7:26 here on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
And your local news brought to you by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where since 1946, the credit union has been a part of the Hastings community, and its community that is at the heart of everything they do. As a nonprofit financial cooperative, the credit union is owned by the members who join, and joining is as simple as opening a primary savings account. You can get from point A to point B and everywhere in between with a low-rate vehicle loan. Whether you're committed to camping or love living the lake life, you can also count on the credit union to finance your next big toy. They even do personal loans for life's little curveballs. So with affordable loan rates, convenient repayment options, and a friendly local staff that knows you by name, you can see for yourself what the credit union difference is all about. That's Hastings Federal Credit Union at 707 North Marion Road or online, hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We're going to start off in Washington, where Congressman Mike Johnson of Louisiana has been reelected Speaker of the House. U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts issued a statement via social media this weekend saying, quote, "Congratulations, Mike Johnson, on your reelection to Speaker of the House. I look forward to working with you to deliver on President Trump's priorities. Together we can secure the border, extend Trump tax cuts, and get our country back on track." End quote. Meanwhile, in Congress, Adrian Smith introduced the Family and Small Business Taxpayer Protection Act. The bill would prevent the Internal Revenue Service from using the balance of the Biden-Harris administration's $80 billion infusion of taxpayer dollars to increase audits on middle-class families while preserving funding for customer service and IT modernization at the IRS. Congressman Smith said, quote, "I have fought hard to successfully reclaim much of these taxpayer funds, and now is the time to finish the job. A broken IRS does not need more taxpayer dollars thrown at the problem. It needs to focus on serving Americans." End quote. Meanwhile, on the judicial side of things, Matthew Boyle of Grand Island and Sarah Heinrichs of Hastings are among the 7 who have submitted applications for appointment as district court judge in the 9th Judicial District, which consists of Buffalo and Hall counties. The vacancy is due to Judge Carson's appointment to the federal bench. The public hearing on the Judicial Nomination Commission will be held at the Buffalo County Courthouse beginning at 10:30 on Friday, January 24th. And as we continue to clean up from the winter storm, the city of Grand Island issued a downtown parking ban today. The city of Grand Island will be cleaning and hauling snow in the downtown area between now and noon. Businesses in the downtown area should make plans to have their sidewalks cleared before the hauling operation. And snow removal is essential to our Hastings community and provides safety for life and property, but also takes time, money, planning, coordination, and effort. So snow removal operations are planned and looked at all year long. The City of Hastings Street Department has 509 lane miles for snow removal, including 47 cul-de-sacs, 14 parking lots. The street department also receives assistance from other city departments, as well as contractors to complete snow removal. Keys to the removal plan include equipment, routes, operators, spotters, contractors, and coordination within other departments and institutions. The public can help by blowing or pushing snow onto the yard instead of the street. Not only does pushing snow onto the street cause a traffic hazard, but it is also counterproductive to the goal of clearing snow off public streets so the streets can be safely used. Also, your reminder when it snows, don't drive like a dumbass. 7:30, Mike, we'll swing it back over to you.
The Nebraska women's basketball team beat Penn State 72-61 yesterday in Lincoln. Callan Hake scored 16 points for the Huskers. Alexis Markowski had her sixth double-double of the season with 13 points and 10 rebounds. Nebraska won despite hitting only 35.3% from the floor, including 8 of 30 from three-point territory. Huskers were a solid 16 of 19 from the free throw line. Nebraska now 11-4 in the season, 2-2 in the Big Ten, while improving to 10-0 at home this season. The Huskers will play host to Michigan State on Wednesday. Tip-off will be at 7 on Nebraska Public Media. The Nebraska men's basketball team upset 15th-ranked UCLA 66-58 on Saturday at PBA. Bryce Williams scored a game-high 16 points for the Huskers. Andrew Morgan had 12 off of the bench. Nebraska went 25 of 29 from the foul line in the win, including 21 of 25 in the second half to help offset their 33% shooting. The Huskers held UCLA to just 58 points, their second lowest point total of the season. With the win, the Huskers tied the school record with their 20th consecutive home win. They are now 12-2 on the season, 2-1 in the Big Ten. They'll play at Iowa on Tuesday. Tip-off will be at 7 on Peacock. Hastings College men's basketball team lost to Briar Cliff 103-91 on Saturday at Lynn Farrell Arena. The Chargers hit 67% of their field goals in the game, including 14 three-pointers. The Broncos hit nearly 61% of their field goals, including 11 three-pointers. Ben Boudreau had a career-high 25 points for the Broncos. Hastings now 1-14. They are 0-8 in the conference. They'll play host to Midland on Wednesday. Hastings College women's basketball team was held to their lowest offensive output of the season in their 69-48 loss to Briar Cliff. Hastings hit only 29% of their field goals, including 4 of 21 from three-point range. Rachel Gooden had 10 points, 14 rebounds for the Broncos. Mariah Avila also had 10 points. Hastings now 10-5 on the season, 5-4 in the conference. They'll also play host to Midland on Wednesday. We'll have the games from Lynn Farrell Arena on Wednesday here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at about 5:45. The Nebraska Kearney women's basketball team beat Northwest Missouri State 48-46 on Saturday. Lopers are now 10-3, 3-1 in the MIAA. The UNK men beat Northwest Missouri State 78-70. The Lopers are now 4-8. They're 2-2 in the conference. Both teams will play at Fort Hays State on Tuesday. That's a check on your sports headlines. Already 7:33 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Now that the holidays are over, we have our first full week of work and school, and we've got some chilly weather to go with it. Hey, everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. We're starting off this Monday below zero. We'll only warm into the mid-teens today. We'll have more clouds in the afternoon, and the wind chill values will feel like it's below zero today with the northwest wind 5 miles per hour. Tonight, overnight low at about 3 degrees, 17 on Tuesday, warming up into the 20s on Wednesday. That's Check Your Forecast.
Right now we've got north winds at 8 miles per hour. It feels like 10 below in Hastings. Currently we've got clear skies, and it's actually 1 below in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Extreme Sports has been bringing you the exclusive home of Hastings College Athletics, and we're just getting started. Thanks to our incredible sponsors and your support, Extreme Sports 2 has been a huge success. And now we're excited to announce the launch of Extreme Sports 3. With Extreme Sports 3, you'll get even more local sports coverage. Plus, 24/7 access to Sports by Line, where you'll hear the best in national sports talk. Whether it's Hastings College, high school action, or the latest from around the sports world, we've got it covered across all 3 streams. And don't forget, when we're not broadcasting games, join us weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. for Huddle Up with Mike Will and Tyson Havronik. It's the perfect way to start your day with sports, news, weather, and great local interviews. So tune in, check out all 3 streams, and stay with us for even more sports coverage coming soon. Thank you to our sponsors for making it all possible, and to you, our listeners, for keeping Extreme Sports strong.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Havronik with you on a Monday, the 6th day of January for 2025. Thanks for joining us here on Extreme Sports, wherever you're watching us or listening to us, either on our website, x-streamsports.com, on your smartphone with our free mobile app, maybe your smart speaker that you got from Santa Claus, or Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching us. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. Again, leave us a message if you'd like. Better yet, give us a call. 402-834-1330 is our direct line. You can get in and chat with us here on the show. 402-834-1330. I see head coach Doug Peterson, head coach of Jacksonville, or the former head coach of Jacksonville. He's been given the axe this morning. He joins the list. Now there's 2 already before 8 o'clock. The other guy, Jared Mayo from the New England Patriots, he's also been given the axe.
Lou Dog coming through and leaking that info. Checked with Adam Schefter on Twitter, as I do all things NFL, and sure enough, about 3 or 4 different statements from the Jacksonville ownership on moving on from Doug Peterson. Also dug up some news over the local intermission that we had. Miami ownership has come out and said that Mike McDaniel's job is secure for 2025, so he will not be among those leaving on Black Monday. So the Miami job looks secure, and Shano did the math. Shano did the math in the local intermission, and it's not a complete failure of a fantasy football season. I did come through the consolation ladder.
I saw that, and you won some cash.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
You won some cash.
Well, have less of an entry fee.
Yeah, because you haven't paid your entry fee.
Hell no.
Yeah, you don't do that until like baseball season.
I don't do that until I find out who wins, and then I just make arrangements.
Yeah. Anyway, some big Nebraska basketball victories over the weekend.
Huge wins.
Yeah, the Nebraska men, they beat 15th ranked UCLA in kind of a ugly, gritty type grounded out basketball game on this Saturday. Beat the Bruins by the score of 66-58. Head coach Fred Hoiberg says his team just found a way to win this one.
We knew they were good defensively, but it's impossible to simulate what they do with their pressure, with their hand activity, and we didn't handle it great. In that first half, I think we had 9 turnovers, but second half we did a much better job with only 4. That team, I don't think a team has had less than 11 turnovers all year, and that obviously has been an issue for us. So I was happy with the way we responded in that second half, took care of the ball, and found a little bit of a rhythm for that one little stretch to push that lead up to double digits. I thought the crowd was absolutely phenomenal. Certainly the best crowd I think we've had without students in the building. And, we needed them. And the chance, when we got, I think, that 10-point lead and they called timeout, unfortunately, it was back-to-back timeouts. I would have loved to keep that momentum going. But, it was everything we thought this game would be, and you got to win. You got to win ugly. And we knew it was going to be a rock fight, and we found a way, and that's what good teams do.
And the coach said his team played great defense in the second half.
I thought we did a good job of forcing some turnovers, and that got us a couple baskets. And we, very often are going to have 2 of your best offensive players. I think Bryce and Connor go 2 for 18 combined, and you find a way to win. And you shoot 32%, you win a game. That's big for us. And we've talked about defense has to be our constant, and I thought we went out there for 40 minutes and we were on point with that. We missed a couple little rotations, had a few mess ups, but overall I thought we were on point defensively. We knew we had to because we knew it was going to be hard to put it in the basket tonight.
So the Huskers are 12-2 in the season, 2-1 now in the Big Ten. They'll play at Iowa on Tuesday. Tip-off will be at 7. You'll be able to see it on Peacock. But a huge win for the Nebraska men's basketball team as they beat UCLA. Huskers have now won their last 20 games at home. That's remarkable. 20-0 the last couple of years. Tied the school record.
I was really curious, Mike, to see, especially Saturday, how the vault was going to fare. With all the weather and everything that was going in, still well attended, still great atmosphere. Nebraska picks up the big time top 25 conference win. Now the chatter is, should we be ranked?
I don't care.
2-loss team that has not surfaced on the rankings yet. Is it time to put Nebraska in the top 25, or is it a kiss of death? Do you like flying under the radar?
Yeah, are they even receiving votes yet? I don't think they are. So I think it's going to be
for a 2-loss team in the Big Ten Conference.
I know, but it's going to be a week or two before Nebraska gets ranked. Just keep winning.
Is it the mentality? Is it because Nebraska's not that traditional Big Ten blue blood basketball school that they just get overlooked?
Probably. Just keep winning. The sooner or later, I don't care about rankings. Sooner or later, they got to put us in. You keep winning.
I just care about rankings because that's the first squads that get that selection committee's attention.
Oh, the selection people that put out the brackets early, they've got Nebraska the first team out.
Out.
Yeah, the last one I saw was Nebraska was the first team out. If the
how can you start your bracket predictions in January?
There's experts. We're not experts. We can't do that. We already said we're experts on nothing.
They call Mel Kiper a draft expert.
We can't do that.
He has been religiously wrong every season. And yet he's still employed, probably making more money than we are by doing nothing but making bad takes on college prospects. I don't care about the experts. I just want to be ranked.
The Nebraska women, they also picked up a win yesterday, 72-61 at home against Penn State. They've now won 10 games at home this season. They're 10-0. Husker women, they had been ranked, and then they had lost 3 games in a row. They took a Western road trip to UCLA, USC, and I think it was Oregon. Out there. They lost all 3 of those games. So head coach Amy Williams says it was nice to get back on the winning track after suffering those 3 losses.
We want to flush them, but we really want to feel them too, and we want to learn from those, and we want to know that's where we want to be is ranked in the top, in 15 in the country. And so if we're going to play 3 teams that are there, we got to feel that and know what that looks like, feels like, and learn from it. And, our hope is that we can do that and respond. And I thought today, in those 3 games on the road, we really talked a lot about response when something doesn't go our way. If you miss a shot, what are you doing on the other end? If you turn it over, what's happening for our team? How well are we coming together as a team? How well are you responding to try to make a play? And I thought, Britt in particular comes to mind just with, a couple plays, turnovers that she would like to have back, but really sparked us with 4 steals, I thought. And Callan Hake down the stretch, a big steal when they were trying to post her up with Gabby Elliott. And, just some smart basketball plays where our response to the negativity was better. And that's something that we can grow from. But we've got some things to take from this game, and I thought there were plenty of times we could have put it away that we didn't.
And the coach says they had to find a way to win when the balls was not going through the hoop for the Lady Huskers.
That's the biggest thing. We haven't really shot the ball particularly well for about 4 games. And so we're trying to figure out, how do we respond? How do we grind through that? How do we continue to get paint touches? How do we create something on the defensive side that can create some offense for us? But also just really evaluating what are the more high percentage shots. It's not just threes in general, but do the threes come after a paint touch? Do the threes come after, penetration? Do they come after we've been able to collapse defense? Or are we just making one pass and jack it up without a post touch? And, those kinds of things matter with our ability to score, and those are the things that we're paying attention to, evaluating, and trying to really, find the rotations and lineups and things that are going to be able to do that.
So the Husker women, they are 11-4 on the season, 2-2 in the Big Ten. They're going to play host to Michigan State on Wednesday, 7:00 tip. You'll be able to see that on Nebraska Public Media. And again, the Husker men, they will play at Iowa on Tuesday, tip at 7 on the Peacock Network. So that gets you up to date on what the Huskers are doing as far as their basketball teams are concerned and where they're playing here this week.
How impressive is Britt Prince-Brin?
I like
coming in.
I like watching her.
She is a phenomenal talent. We all kind of knew she would be. I think we got the eyeball test when she was playing high school ball here in Nebraska, but she's just taken it to another level, and she's really come on. Especially, you lose your leading scorer early on in the season, and a lot of question marks on how this Nebraska offense was going to look. She's really taken the ball and ran with it. And yeah, like you said, I love watching her. She's got good range. She finds a lot of spacing on the court to get those open looks, and she's really made the most of her opportunities over in Lincoln. So big win for the Nebraska women.
Just a freshman too.
She's a freshman.
She can be around for a while.
See. What was I going to get to? A couple days today, by the way. Checking in. Celebrate Shano, our IT guy. It is National Technology Day today.
He ought to have the day off.
So we ought to get. He's got plenty with the holidays, right?
Yeah, he's been off for a while.
He's got to get his ass back to work.
A lot of people need to get their asses back to work. There are some businesses that shut down.
Yeah.
Between Christmas and New Year's, and they had 2 weeks off.
I love it.
Those people are going back to work today.
Boy,
how would that be? You've been off for 2 weeks and you got to drag your butt into work.
It's a very slow process, I'm sure. Like, you get back to work and you take almost a day to kind of reacclimate yourself to the work setting.
Well, the school teachers, they've been off for a while.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, if you're not a coach, you're not coaching winter sports.
Yeah.
Like the science teacher, he's been off for 2 weeks.
Oh hell, we have our AC baseball coach.
Oh yeah,
who hasn't had a whole lot of baseball activity, but is also over there at the Adams Central School. He didn't even know what day it was. He didn't join us for Blazing 5 last Friday because for the last 2 weeks he has woke up and not known what day it is.
That's usually the way he thinks, though. He never knows what day it is.
Oh, come on. He knows it's game day, and he knows it's approaching. We got to be close to the Diamond Sports, which is getting me excited.
Let's see. I ran into Blake Marquardt.
Yep.
He says baseball practice for the guys that are now up for basketball, it starts today.
Nice.
With snow on the ground.
Oh, you got indoor facility.
So, yeah, anyway, baseball, high school baseball, probably if you're not involved with basketball, which is a handful of guys, you'll start throwing today.
College softball, they got to be right around the corner, too.
Oh, yeah.
HC softball. Can't wait to get going on that. This
coming up. What else is going on as far as the calendar? I'm sorry, I interrupted you there.
You're okay. It's a National Shortbread Day today, which I don't know how you celebrate that. It's also National Beans Day today, and I'm going to go ahead and make a unpopular opinion here on the show.
Beans?
It is Beans Day today. I know there's a lot of chili lovers out there, and a lot of chili lovers love beans. I am not among you. I will pick the beans out of my chili religiously.
You're the second person I know that don't like beans in their chili. How do you eat chili without beans?
The texture is all wrong.
So your chili just has like tomatoes and hamburger in it?
And like a lot of hot stuff. Sometimes, I don't know, like I'm a buffalo chicken chili kind of person.
So what do you put in there?
Chili, anything but beans. Like literally the same recipe, just without the beans.
Your buffalo chili, it's got beans in it.
Does not necessarily.
You can just leave them out, but I bet the recipe calls for chili beans or something.
Bet it does too.
But you just leave them out?
Leave them out.
You know who else?
Leave them out or spit them out. Who joins me?
KK.
Nice. God, I knew we were friends.
KK doesn't like beans in anything.
We have the same energy.
I can't believe you don't like beans in your chili. In fact,
Thursday was softball.
I just got chili. I had chili yesterday.
Yeah, I had some soup. Like I did a potato soup this weekend. Didn't have any beans in it.
I've got some leftover chili. I'll probably have at noon today.
I'd spit out the beans. Awful.
That's unbelievable.
Softball starts Thursday, by the way, for HC.
Well, season's coming up then. Probably not outdoors. They'll be indoors for a while. Till March or so.
Sure.
Is that it on the calendar?
That's the calendar.
God, that's boring.
Yeah, tomorrow's even worse. But I will bring a prop to demonstrate.
All right. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning on Huddle Up. It is 7:52 now on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
8 minutes till 8 o'clock. Let's get a local news break brought to you in part by the Hastings Federal Credit Union, where they've been lighting the way to financial success since 1946. Hastings Federal Credit Union is proud to be your trusted long-term financial partner. You can access your accounts wherever you go with mobile banking, bringing you the financial peace of mind right from the palm of your hand, where you can securely and conveniently manage your accounts and loans at any time from anywhere. You can transfer funds, you can deposit checks, and you can even pay bills during the first of the month with Bill Pay and quickly access your account balances to help you cover whatever little curveballs life throws your way with mobile banking today. One of the many ways you get to experience the credit union difference, that's Hastings Federal Credit Union, 707 North Marion Road, or online at hastingsfcu.org. Hastings Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. We start off in Washington, where Congressman Mike Johnson of Louisiana has been reelected Speaker of the House. U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts issued a statement via social media saying, quote, "Congratulations, Mike Johnson, on your re-election to Speaker of the House. I look forward to working with you to deliver on President Trump's priorities. Together we can secure the border, extend Trump tax cuts, and get our country back on track," end quote. Meanwhile, Congressman Adrian Smith has recently introduced the Family and Small Business Taxpayer Protection Act. That's a mouthful. The bill would prevent the IRS from using the balance of the Biden-Harris administration's $80 billion infusion of taxpayer dollars to increase audits on middle-class families while preserving funding for customer service and IT modernization at the IRS. Congressman Smith spoke on the bill saying, quote, "I have fought hard to successfully reclaim much of these taxpayer funds, and now it's time to finish the job. A broken IRS does not need more taxpayer dollars thrown at the problem. It needs to focus on serving Americans, end quote. Meanwhile, in the halls of justice, Matthew Boyle of Grand Island and Sarah Heinrichs of Hastings are among the 7 who have submitted applications for appointment as district court judge in the 9th Judicial District, which consists of Buffalo and Hall counties. The vacancy is due to Judge Carson's appointment to the federal branch. The public hearing of the Judicial Nomination Commission will be held at the Buffalo County Courthouse beginning at 10:30 on Friday, January 24th. And as we continue to clean up from the winter storm, the city of Grand Island has issued a downtown parking ban today. The city of Grand Island will be clearing and hauling off the snow in the downtown area between now and noon. Businesses in the downtown area should have already made plans. If you have not done so already, get those sidewalks cleared before the hauling operation gets to your area. It is 7:55. We'll swing things back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Yeah, the Nebraska women's basketball team beat Penn State 72-61 yesterday in Lincoln. Huskers will play host to Michigan State on Wednesday. Tip-off at 7 on Nebraska Public Media. The Nebraska men's basketball team upset 15th-ranked UCLA 66-58 on Saturday at PBA. Huskers will play at Iowa on Tuesday. Tip-off at 7. You'll be able to see it on Peacock. Hastings College men's basketball team lost to Briar Cliff 103-91 on Saturday at Lynn Farrell Arena. The Huskers will play, or rather the Broncos will play host to Midland on Wednesday. Hastings College women, they were held to their lowest offensive output of the season in their 69-48 loss to Briar Cliff on Saturday. The Broncos will take on Midland on Wednesday. We'll have both games here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame at about 5:45. The Nebraska Kearney women's basketball team beat Northwest Missouri State 48-46 on Saturday. The UNK men, they picked up a win over Northwest Missouri State 78-70. The UNK basketball teams will play at Fort Hays State on Tuesday. And the Detroit Lions locked up the number 1 seed in the NFC with a 31-9 win over the Minnesota Vikings last night. It's the first time the Lions will be the number 1 seed while winning a second straight NFC North title. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs are the number 1 seed in the AFC after dropping a 38-0 decision to Denver yesterday. The Chiefs already had the number 1 seed locked up before the game yesterday and rested most of their frontline players. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:57.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Now that the holidays are over, we have our first full week of work and school, and we've got some chilly weather to go with it. Hey, everybody, Tim Jones, Nebraska Weather TV. We're starting off this Monday below zero. We'll only warm into the mid-teens today. We'll have more clouds in the afternoon, and the wind chill values will feel like it's below zero today with the northwest wind 5 miles per hour. Tonight, overnight low at about 3 degrees, 17 on Tuesday, warming up into the 20s on Wednesday. That's Check Your Forecast.
We've got north winds this morning at about 8 miles per hour. The wind chill is down around 10 below zero. We've got mostly clear skies, some high clouds out there. The temp is at 1 below at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydromassage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Conant Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Conant Auto Care is here for you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson Vronic with you on this Monday as we kind of get back into the thick of things here. Yeah, we got to work all 5 days this week. That's odd for us.
It's going to be a weird transition getting back to the grind, isn't it?
I think a lot of people are going to go through that.
My alarm went off this morning, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
I haven't had you go off in quite a minute.
Yeah, we took a couple days off last week. Yeah. Anyway, we're back at it here. We're going to have some basketball coming up this week. Tomorrow night, we'll have Hastings St. Cecilia and Fillmore Central. Wednesday, Hastings College and Midland. Thursday, it'll be Hastings High and Adams Central as they renew their basketball rivalry out at the Patriot Gym. And then on Saturday, we're in South Dakota, Mitchell, South Dakota, Corn Palace. Get to go see the Corn Palace. Hastings College and Dakota Wesleyan on Saturday. So that's our broadcast schedule for the week as we get back into the thick of things as far as the high school ranks are concerned. And a big battle on Thursday again. Look forward to those games between Hastings High and Adams Central, and we'll have the action for you from the Patriot Gym on Thursday night. So
love me some local rivalry, man. That's what the sport's all about.
I like it.
Getting the two schools together.
I like it. Let's see what else is going on. It's on the tube tonight. Anything? It's Monday.
Man.
Don't have Monday Night Football.
No Monday Night Football.
Probably hoops.
I'm sure we got some good college basketball.
Should have.
Some hockey. Let's take a look at the TV guide. Why don't we? Before we wrap up shop today, you got some hockey action on. Looks like the best game would be two teams with 24 wins. That's the Colorado Avalanche and Florida Panthers. They're an 8 o'clock start for all you night watchers. 2 o'clock afternoon, Nottingham Forest still at the top 3 spots of the table in the Premier League going up against Wolves. And the only top 25 basketball matchup is Houston and TCU at 8 p.m. on ESPN2.
Wow.
Suns are on at 6, so pretty wretched.
Yeah, around the wheelhouse, I'll let my wife have the TV remote tonight.
Yeah.
I'll give her one night.
Good night to night to give up the TV remote.
Yeah, honey, you can go ahead and watch whatever you want tonight.
My treat.
We'll be leaving that open. We'll be watching some weird crap
you need
tonight.
It Thursday. You need it Thursday for Penn State Notre Dame.
Well,
you struggle with Thursdays.
So, yeah, I got basketball anyway.
Oh, that's
so.
right. Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
All right, so that gets us through the first day of the week here. We've made it. We've made it. Anyway, we've got lots of stuff lined up for you this week, so we invite you to join us each and every day here on Extreme Sports. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors about us. Love to have them join us as well. Again, you can watch us anywhere, either on our website, x-streamsports.com, your smartphone, with our free mobile app, smart speaker that Santa Claus brought you for Christmas, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitch. We're everywhere. We're everywhere that you are for social media. Man. So, all right. Have yourself a great day, and we'll catch you again tomorrow morning at 7. Thanks for joining us.